Welcome student to my YouTube channel Bharat Chem Study. Today in this video we are going to study about the chapter 7 acids, bases and salt for 7th standard of ICSE board. So let's start with the chapter acids. The term acid is derived from a Latin word acidus meaning sour. In fact, everything that tastes sour, example a lemon, an orange, curd or vinegar contain an acid. So now a question come in my mind that what are acids? So the definition of acids can be written in two ways. The first way is that the substance which are sour in taste and turn blue litmus red are called acid. Means when we put a blue litmus paper in an acid, it turns the blue litmus paper to red in color. The second definition which we can use for acid is the substances which contain a replaceable hydrogen atom. That means they must contain hydrogen atom as well as they give H positive ion in water are called acids. So these are the two definitions of acids which we can use. The examples of acids are hydrochloric acid. The formula for hydrochloric acid is HCl. Citric acid, which is present in all citrus fruits. Sulfuric acid having the formula H2SO4. Acetic acid CH3COOH, which is present in our vinegar. Now a question arises in our mind that how acids are classified on the basis of source from where they are obtained. So on the basis of sources, the acids are classified in two types. First, organic acids and second is inorganic acids. So let's study about organic acids as well as inorganic acids one by one with examples. So what are organic acids? We have to give two examples. So the answer is that acids which are obtained from plants and animals, that is from living things, are called organic acids. For example, citric acid which is present in our citrus fruits like lemon, orange. Formic acid having the formula HCOOH. It is present in the stings of ants and bees. Acetic acid CH3COOH, and it is found in our vinegar. From these two formula of organic acid, see clearly that it contains hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. So an important note is that all organic acids contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms in them, and all organic acids are weak acids. So they are not too much harmful because they are very weak acids. Now inorganic acid. So question come, what are inorganic acids? They are also called mineral acids. The answer is acids which are obtained from non-living things or from minerals are called inorganic acids or mineral acids. For example, hydrochloric acid having the formula HCl, sulfuric acid having the formula H2SO4, phosphoric acid H3PO4, nitric acid having the formula HNO3. So student, please learn the name as well as formula of some important acids which are given in this video. Carbonic acid H2CO3. So all these are inorganic acids because they are obtained from non-living things or from minerals. So therefore they are called mineral acids. So some important notes from this topic. First, the inorganic acid do not contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen with the exception of carbonic acid. Only the carbonic acid is an inorganic acid which contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, but still it is not organic. It is inorganic acid. The second point is that all inorganic acids are strong acids. We have studied earlier that organic acids are weak acid, but all inorganic or mineral acids are strong acids and they cause burn on skin except carbonic acid. So what we have learned from this, that all mineral acid or inorganic acids are strong. Exception is carbonic acid. So carbonic acid is having two exceptions. First, it contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, but still it is inorganic. Second, it is a weak inorganic acid. All other inorganic acid or mineral acids are strong. So this is a table in which we are going to study about acid present in different foodstuffs. First, lemon. It contains citric acid plus ascorbic acid, also called vitamin C. So the vitamin C having the chemical name ascorbic acid. Orange also contains citric acid and ascorbic acid, that is our vitamin C. Grapes contain tartaric acid. Apple contain malic acid. Tamarind, which is called imli in Hindi, contain tartaric acid. Tomato contain oxalic acid. Curd contain lactic acid, and vinegar contain acetic acid. So these are the common example of foodstuff which contain different types of acids. Now this is a table in which we are going to study about different inorganic acids, their formula and source as well as their use. First is hydrochloric acid. The formula for hydrochloric acid is HCl. It is present in gastric juices which are responsible for the digestion of our food. So the gastric juices present in our body which help us in digestion of food contain small amount of HCl in it. The second use of HCl, that it is used for bathroom cleaner. So most of the cleaners which are coming for the cleaning of bathrooms contain HCl mostly. Nitric acid having the formula HNO3. It is found in the rainwater, especially in the first shower, basically due to pollution. It forms nitrate in the soil from which plant derive nitrogen. So that's why nitric acid is also used for preparation of certain fertilizer, because it provides nitrogen to the soil, which is helpful for the growth of plants. Next is sulfuric acid having the formula H2SO4. The acid used in lead storage batteries. So whatever the batteries you are using at your home, in your inverters, in your bikes, in your car, they mostly contain sulfuric acid in them. It is also found in acid rain. And acid rain is a rain which is basically occur in most polluted city. So due to pollutions, various different gases move upward, and when they react with the water present in the air, they form respective acid, and when these acids come down along with the rainwater, such rain is called acid rain, which is harmful for plants as well as humans. So acid rain contains few drops of sulfuric acid in it. Carbonic acid H2CO3. This carbonic acid is found in most of your soft drink, your fizzy drinks like your Coca-Cola, your Thumbs Up. So our fizzy drinks contain carbonic acid in it. Phosphoric acid having the formula H3PO4. It uses its calcium salt make up our bones, and its calcium salt form a part of phosphatic fertilizer. So phosphoric acid is also used for making the fertilizers. Now we are going to study the next topic, the concentrated and dilute acids. An acid is generally used as a solution in the laboratory. For example, a solution of HCl gas in water is called hydrochloric acid. If the solution is saturated, that is means it contains only large amount of acid and very small amount of water, it is called concentrated acid. So student, concentrated acid means that it contains large amount of acid or very less water. But when we call about dilute solution, so it means that a dilute solution contains large amount of water and very small amount of acid. So now you can understand what are concentrated acid, which contain large amount of acid and very small amount of water, and what are dilute acid, the acid which contain large amount of water and less amount of acid are called dilute acids. Now we are going to study that how we can dilute a concentrated solution. So Remember these points, students. We always add acid in water, and that acid must be added in small proportion and with constant stirring. As a result, what will happen? The reaction of acid and water is exothermic. That means a large amount of heat is produced. But when we are adding small acid in large amount of water with stirring, the water will absorb the heat, as a result of which the acid will not splash on us. So an acid is always diluted by adding small amount of acid in large amount of water. Now let's study the general characteristic of acids. First, that they are sour in taste. Second, they turn blue litmus red. Basically, litmus is a natural dye obtained from certain lichens which are very small points. So this is your general knowledge that litmus is obtained from a plant called lichens. Third, they corrode most of the metal. That means when acid react with metal, they corrode them. Fourth, whenever acids are react with metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates, they produce carbon dioxide gas. They lose their acidic property when they react with base like metal oxide or metal hydroxide and also ammonium hydroxide. These are bases. So when acid react with base, they lose their acidic property, and such reaction in which when acid lose their acidic property to form salt and water on reaction with base are called neutralization reaction, and we will study the neutralization reaction in our next video. Now let's do an activity which you can do also at home. Most of the home contain baking soda, that is sodium bicarbonate, and most of the houses also having vinegar, which is our acetic acid. So let's see, when we add our vinegar or acetic acid in sodium bicarbonate, what will happen. So here in this video we are using baking soda, which is called sodium bicarbonate, having the formula NaHCO3 in a beaker, and now we are going to add acetic acid, that is our vinegar, in it, and let's see what happens. Now acid contains replaceable hydrogen atoms. Student, we have studied from the beginning that acids are the substance which contain hydrogen in them. That hydrogen can be replaced wholly, means completely, or partially, means some of the hydrogen can be replaced but some still remain there, by metal atom or positive radicals. So acid can have another definition, that acid is a compound which containing hydrogen atom, and that hydrogen atom can be wholly or partially replaced by metal atom or a positive radicals. So we will understand this with examples. The replacement of hydrogen atom or atoms of an acid by metal atom or a positive radical give rise to, for example, the hydrogen atom of HCl can be replaced by sodium atom to give us salt NaC. So let's see this. When HCl, which is an acid, react with the base NaOH, which contains sodium, this sodium, when replace the hydrogen, that means it remove the hydrogen and sodium get attached with chlorine, then we call NaCl is formed. So see what happened here. Hydrogen atom is replaced by sodium and NaCl is formed. It do not contain any hydrogen now, so it is called a salt or a normal salt, plus water is formed. In the same way, hydrogen atom can be replaced by ammonium radical NH4 positive to give ammonium chloride as a salt. That means when this HCl acid react with ammonium hydroxide, which is a base, the ammonium ions, NH4 positive ions, replace the hydrogen and get attached with chlorine to form NH4Cl, and water is formed. So again here what is occurring, that ammonium ion is replacing hydrogen, and hydrogen get removed and ammonium get attached with chlorine, as a result of which the new product formed is do not contain any replaceable hydrogen, therefore it is called normal salt. So we understand that when an acid loses its hydrogen, some positive ion or metal get attached with the remaining part of that acid, and when all the hydrogen is replaced from an acid, it forms normal salt. Now let's understand another example in which an acid contains two replaceable hydrogen atoms. So here we have taken sulfuric acid H2SO4 which contains two replaceable hydrogen atoms. So on replacement of only one hydrogen atom, that means partially replacement, we get a salt which still contains a replaceable hydrogen atom of acid. Therefore, it is called an acidic salt. So when sulfuric acid reacts with ammonium hydroxide and when it give only its one hydrogen atom, that is partially replacement of one hydrogen atom, then it will form NH4 HSO4 plus water. In this salt, we can say that H2SO4 after losing its one hydrogen still contain one replaceable hydrogen atom in the salt. Therefore, such salt which still contain a replaceable hydrogen atom of an acid which this salt can lose later is called an acidic salt. So all those salts which still contain a replaceable hydrogen atom in them within the formula, they are called acidic salt. So on complete replacement of all hydrogen atoms, now the salt form is ammonium sulfate, and you can see clearly in this formula. Now this formula do not contain any replaceable hydrogen atom of the acid. So such salt which do not contain any replaceable hydrogen atom which is coming from an acid is called normal salt. Plus in this reaction water is formed. Now if acid contains three replaceable hydrogen atoms, so it will give its three replaceable hydrogen atoms in three steps. When such acid replaces its first hydrogen atom only, that is partial replacement of one hydrogen atom, then it will form NH4 H2SPO4 plus water. So here in this equation you can see clearly that acid after replacing one hydrogen atom still contain two replaceable hydrogen atoms in its salt. Therefore, such salt is called acidic salt because still it contains two replaceable hydrogen atoms present in it. But when this phosphoric acid replaces its two hydrogen atoms, then it forms NH4 because now two hydrogen atoms are replaced, so it contains only one HPO4 plus water. So still it contains one replaceable hydrogen atom of an acid. Therefore, this salt is also acidic salt. But when this phosphoric acid replaces all of its hydrogen atoms, then the product form is NH4 thrice PO4. Now in this formula you can clearly see that this formula do not contain any replaceable hydrogen atom of acid. Therefore, it is called normal salt. So the conclusion of this is that when an acid reacts with base and the new product form, if it still contains a replaceable hydrogen atom of an acid, that salt is called acidic salt. But when acid reacts with base and the new product form do not contain any replaceable hydrogen atom in its formula, then such salt is called normal salt. Learn and note down all the important points we have studied in this video. In next video, we will study the next part of this chapter. Please like and subscribe the channel for the latest update. Thank you.